Hi, Craig. How is Richard and Grabber holding up?
Yeah, I think he's doing all right. We've obviously had a travel day yesterday. We've had most of today to recover. So we've got a training session this evening, and we'll see how he warms up this evening. But again, even after today's training session, the game only starts at 7 tomorrow. So there is quite a bit of time for him to recover, and hopefully it's not too serious.
Would Evans be the logical replacement?
Yeah, look, I think that would obviously be Sima for Sima, but we'd have to look at a few different combinations and probably take it from there.
A lot's been made of the new positive gameplay under Dave Houghton. How does that extend to the bowlers, and how does that extend to the fielders? A lot of it's been made of the batsmen.
Yeah, look, we want to play exciting cricket, and we want to entertain the crowd, and I think we've got some really good youngsters in the side who are special fielders. Wesley Madaveri, you've seen him charging all over the field, diving, taking a brilliant catch against Scotland. And I think we just want to play that exciting brand of cricket, whether you're bowling, whether you're fielding, whether you're batting. I think it should all fall into that sort of category.
Here in Perth and in Australia more generally, you played under lights a lot. You don't have any floodlights in Zimbabwe. You obviously have guys that play on the franchise circuit and play night games, and when you're on away tours you sometimes experience, but you don't often get to train under those conditions. Is that a big adjustment?
Yeah, look, it was quite a big adjustment for us coming over initially, because we knew that all of our 3 qualifying games were going to be under lights, and we didn't really get a great opportunity because our one warm-up game was supposed to be under lights, but that got moved to the afternoon. But we have had quite a number of players that have played under lights before, so that was pretty much the experience that we drew on. And then playing those 3 qualifying games under lights sort of held us in good stead, especially coming into the Super 12 and having a few games against Pakistan, India and South Africa under lights as well.
After seeing the pitch here the other night, it looks like the old Wacker does. Are you looking forward to seeing how Blessing Ervine behaves on this pitch?
No, definitely. We watched, I think it was England play Afghanistan here, and it did look nice and quick and bouncy. So I'm sure he'll be relishing that opportunity to run in tomorrow evening. So I think all the seamers have done extremely well for us, and I think they'll, especially Blessing, I'm sure he'll enjoy these sort of conditions, and hopefully Richard and Garava is fit and he will enjoy them as well.
The match against South Africa, obviously a bit farcical finish. Has that been a distraction at all heading here, or have you sort of put that in the back of your mind?
No, look, I think that game against South Africa was a little bit of a bizarre evening, and it was, from a batting perspective, we were trying to work out how best to go about getting a decent score in 9 overs, and we knew that we had to go fairly hard up front to try and get ourselves off to a good start. But the weather looks pretty good for tomorrow evening, so I think we can go back to our game plans. We've got a full 20 overs to bat, and I think our batting innings will probably look a little bit more calm and composed tomorrow.
Did that sort of rattle the team at all? And if so, did it take a while to get over it, or?
No, I think we've always said in the change room that even if we do lose a few early wickets, you can't get into your shell, because it's very hard to change the momentum like that. So we do have a fairly longish batting lineup as well. And we've got to back everybody all the way down to 8-9, and if you're going to try and knock it around for ones and try and bat the full overs and make sure that you're not bowled out, then you're not going to be able to put up a decent score.
And how about Pakistan? Obviously, they had a heartbreaking loss to India. Do you think you've got them maybe at a bit of a vulnerable state at the moment, or do you expect them to kind of really bounce back?
No, I'm pretty sure that Pakistan will be coming hard at us tomorrow. They've got some really quality bowlers up front there with the new ball, so that'll be a big challenge for us. And again, looking at quite a few games that have been played, that first sort of 5-6 overs with a new ball has been challenging for every team. So I think it's a key area for us to try and get through with the bat tomorrow and try and capitalize on a lot of twos with the bigger boundaries in those middle overs.
We saw Harris Ralph obviously crank it up the other night. Is it a case of just trying to get through him in the beginning, or do you think sort of counter-attacking him might be a decent strategy?
Oh, look, I think, obviously Perth is going to be, the wicket's going to be a little bit quicker than what we had in Hobart. So we'll obviously have to try and assess those conditions and try and work out how best to get a decent score on the board. But I don't think that you can sit back and let quality bowlers like that bowl at you. Otherwise, it's only going to be a matter of time before they get you out. So I think it will be a case of trying to rotate, trying to make sure that you are putting them under just as much pressure as what they're putting you under.
And how about Raza? Is it sort of a special game for him to play? Obviously, Pakistan is sort of heritage.
Yeah, I think he relishes every game that he plays for Zimbabwe. He's been such an inspiration for many people over the last few months, with his performances. And we know that a lot of Zimbabwe's success obviously lies in his success as an individual in the team. So, we're obviously hoping that he can continue that good form throughout the rest of the tournament.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, thanks.